We are here in Blackpool, and I'm not sure. It's really windy, so I don't know if you can hear me. I don't have my microphone because this is kind of a spur of the moment thing, but enough looking at me. Let's turn it around and look at this amazing view. So I'm just going to hold the phone right up to my face and maybe you can hear me and not the wind again. We kind of just decided to do this when we came down here. We are in Blackpool. We arrived this afternoon, checked into our hotel, and then decided to walk down to the water. This pier is really reminiscent of old school beach piers around the world. This reminds us a lot of Brighton, where there's an amazing pier there, and lots of piers that we visited around the world. But here we are on the coastline of England. This is the west coast of England, where we had never been before. So so this is really cool for us. This is a first. We are starting a pet sit tomorrow, just up the road, and this little area here is going to be our neighborhood of sorts for the next 2 weeks. We're here for about 2 weeks, but you can see that it's just a really cool family place. They actually have a little tiny train that's on the pier that you can ride. I mean, this is a really long pier. You can kind of get a feel of how far we walked. Hi, Fulvio, how are you? Thank you very much for welcoming us to the UK. We just realized we have not been in England since 2022. We have been to Scotland several times, but we haven't been back to England. So we were really excited to land. Last night we landed in Liverpool. We spent the night in Liverpool, and here comes the train. It is so cute. Look at this little train. How adorable is that little train? So you can ride the train from one end of the pier to the other. Can you hear me okay? I do not have my microphone. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I don't do lives very often because I never have my microphone with me. And I don't even know how long my battery on my phone is going to last. But we walked down to the water. Yes, I know you're at the other end of the map, Fulvio, but we walked down to the pier and I saw it and I said, oh my gosh, I have to go live because this is just so cool. I mean, this is a Saturday, so there's lots of families here. And I mean, this place is massive. I mean, there's another pier. There's not one pier, there's 2 piers. And you can see all the way across. There's a big Ferris wheel, and maybe there's some rides. I don't know. We haven't gone down that far. But this tower is really cool, and there's some history to the building of this tower. But we were just really psyched to see the water, and we've been super busy traveling around, and we were over in Belfast for 3 days. So we got to take the ferry from Cairnryan to Belfast, and then we took the ferry from Belfast to Liverpool. Arrived late yesterday, and we took the train from Liverpool to Blackpool today. So that's why we're here, and tomorrow starts our pet sit. And we are just thrilled to be back in England. We will be in England until the middle of July, and then we'll head back to Scotland. But look at this mess. I mean, this beach just goes for days and days and days, and if you there's a tram, or you really can't see, there's a tram there. It's a wired tram. It goes all the way up the coast, and about 30 minutes from here is where we're going to do our pet sit. So we literally could jump on the tram and come down here to the beach at any time. There is a beach, obviously, where we're going to be because it's all coastline here. I mean, the coast goes all the way up that way and all the way that way. But we were just really to have a little bit of quiet time before we start our next pet sit. We've had 2 pet sits in Scotland. One was right outside of Glasgow and one was on the coastline in Ayrshire. So we have been pretty much on the coastline since we arrived in Scotland. And we have not gone to the Tower Ballroom, but we did walk by it. So yeah, we just arrived today, so we haven't really done much. We haven't even grabbed a bite to eat. We just got off the train and checked into our hotel. The hotel is literally across the street from the train station. You just cross the street and you're in the hotel, which is really nice for us. Super, super easy, super convenient. And the people that we're pet sitting for tomorrow are going to come and pick us up at the hotel and take us to their house, and we get to meet the kitty cats. But yeah, this is so cool to be back in England and just enjoying. The weather is really nice today. We had really good weather in Belfast. We got super, super lucky in Belfast. Yesterday it was actually 80 degrees when we came across from Belfast to Liverpool. We were shocked when we got off the ferry how warm it was. Yeah, we're at the Holiday Inn. That's correct. Holiday Inn in here. Well, we stayed at. We are IHG members, so we go to the Holiday Inn everywhere. We go to the Holiday Inn. We went to the Holiday Inn in Glasgow. We went to the Holiday Inn in Edinburgh. We went to the Holiday Inn in Belfast. We went to the Holiday Inn in Liverpool last night because we're members and we get amazing deals on rooms. You know, you book 3 nights, you get 1 night free, so you cannot complain about a free night in a hotel. And most of the time, we always book an IHG Holiday Inn that has free breakfast. So we get a good night's sleep, we get a nice big hearty breakfast, and then we go on our way for the day. And typically don't need to eat again until, you know, evening time. We had breakfast this morning and it is 5 o'clock here and I'm still not hungry. So that just tells you how hearty the breakfasts are. It's a nice hot breakfast. I usually start with a cappuccino and a croissant, and then I have a little bit of yogurt and a little bit of fruit, and I finish up my breakfast with some sausage, some Scottish sausage, some Irish sausage, some English sausage. Yeah, so there's no wind. I'm guessing it's really warm where you are, Fulvia. I know the whole UK continent is having really warm weather yesterday and today, but I think it's supposed to cool off because I see 60s in the next few days where we are here. So I think the sun is going to disappear and I think it's going to get cool again, which we are fine with. We do not need a lot of sun to be happy. We are perfectly fine with milder weather, and so if it gets a little overcast and gets a little drizzly, we're okay with that. But this town of Blackpool is really cool. We look forward to coming up here during the day and kind of looking around and walking the streets. People are in the water because the water must be, I don't know how warm the water is. I'd have to look it up. I have no idea. But there are people in the water swimming and enjoying just a summer day. I mean, it's the end of June already. Where has the summer gone? This is crazy. I cannot believe that pretty much in, we have 6 more weeks left here, and then we head back to the States first week of August. So we have lots of time left in the UK. We're super excited about that. We go back to Scotland. Like I said, we go back to Scotland in the middle of July, and we're there for about 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks. And then we fly back to the States, spend a little time with our grandkids, and then in September, we're leaving again. So we're back in the States for about, I don't know, 4 weeks, maybe? About 4 weeks. But we have lots of adventures coming up in the fall that we're really looking forward to. I don't do these. Okay. We don't do many lives. I don't think about it. I do lots of videos and I do lots of shorts, but I don't do a lot of live videos. I I don't know, I'm not sure that anybody's truly interested in where we are and what we're doing. We're kind of in the moment, so we're kind of trying to just enjoy what we're doing and not necessarily broadcasting what we're doing. But yeah, I'm happy to make some videos. I'm happy to post some shorts on Instagram and YouTube. But I don't know. We had such a good time in Belfast. It was our first trip to Ireland, so we of course wanted to go do the Titanic Museum, which was pretty intense, and we really enjoyed it. We had a really good time pet sitting in Glasgow. We had a good time pet sitting in Ayrshire. So it's been a great summer so far. And we have some more fun things planned between now and the end of the year. But I just wanted to say hi and just let everyone know that I'm thinking about you. Here's the train. The train's gone by again. It's so cute. I don't think there's anybody even on it. I think this gentleman just, maybe he rides it back and forth to pick up the people on one end to bring them to the other end. There's some, I don't know if there's a ride back there or there's like a fun house back there, but there's definitely a couple places to get a drink and maybe get a bite to eat. We are not planning to go to Cornwall. I think we are just in this part of England. So we're here. We are going to be in Harrogate, and then we head north again. So we're on this coastline, Fulvio. Then we're near Leeds. Harrogate's near Leeds, and then we're going back up to Dundee and Aberdeen, and then Edinburgh before we head home. So this is our only time in England, and then we head north. So yeah, we won't be spending any other time here between now and when we leave in August. And we're just enjoying the mild weather. I mean, we know when we get back to Boston, it is going to be hot. And we know when we get to Chicago, at the end of August, it's going to be warm. But that's okay. We need to spend some time with family before we get on another ship and head across the ocean. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. This is going to be our very first time, well, my first time in Asia. Roger was actually stationed in Korea many years ago before he got out of the army, so he's been to Asia, but just a short period of time. But this will be my first time in Asia, and then after a couple months in Asia, we are going to Australia. So yeah, thanks, Fulvio. Yeah, we love our time in the UK. I mean, we would come here every summer if our schedule allowed it, and whenever we can fit in a UK trip, we will be back here. It won't be next summer, because next summer I think we're going to be in the US, because we'll have just come back from Australia in May. But we'll be back for sure. We love coming across the pond. We love this part of the world. It has a special place in our heart, whether we're going to Sicily to see family or we're coming to the UK in the summer to cool off, because quite frankly, everywhere is really warm right now. I mean, it is pretty darn hot. But again, you can see people enjoying time at the beach, enjoying time here on the pier, and there aren't a lot of sunbathers. I shouldn't say sunbathers, I should just say there aren't a lot of people swimming, but I think people are enjoying. Wow, it's going to be 100 degrees in Boston this week. Yeah, I'm hoping by the time we get back in August, it's cooled down a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this is someplace we will always come to visit, because we love these mild summers, and we love the people here, and we just love Scotland. And so we are actually doing a pet sit in Aberdeenshire for folks that we pet sit for last summer. They invited us to come back, so we're really looking forward to that. But I'm gonna say goodbye, because it's just beautiful here. I mean, everything about this is just so pretty. I mean, anytime you're by the shoreline, it's pretty. And we will definitely have to make it down to that little pier at some point and check that one out and see what is over there. I mean, there is this big, huge Ferris wheel. I think you can see it. There's definitely a big Ferris wheel over there. But yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye. Thanks for everybody for watching, checking in, and we'll chat with you all again sometime soon. Thanks again, Fulvio. We'll check back with you soon and let you know how things are going.